Would you like to learn about one of the most common tools used for data manipulation and analytics? Hi, I'm Brian Amrine with Value Driven Analytics, and in this video, we'll be talking about Excel and when it makes sense to use it for data analysis. With that said, let's head over to our PowerPoint. Let's get into data manipulation. We're going to start our journey in data manipulation off with one of the most popular data manipulation tools, Excel. In Excel, you essentially have a set of worksheets, a workbook or file that has a set of worksheets, and each worksheet is essentially a data table, or it could be composed of multiple tables, but it's a set of rows and columns. It's a very simple concept that a lot of us take for granted. We've just gotten used to using it so many times. A worksheet can have multiple tables or charts, as we said. This is a Microsoft tool, and so most organizations purchase an Excel license for most employees, and it's been around for a long time. It does provide a fairly flexible means of data manipulation, but that data manipulation is mainly being done by point and clicking. It makes as a result of it being based on point and click, it makes building an Excel workbook a little repetitive, not as efficient as coding tools, but it is one of the easiest analytics tools to learn, which is probably why it's so popular. If you want to do advanced data manipulation, oftentimes an analyst has to jump through hoops. It's not as straightforward as it would be maybe with other coding languages like SQL and Python. However, some analysts will learn VBA and create macros to automate some of the data manipulation to some extent. This is one of the tools of choice, I would say, especially for financial analysts and supply chain analysts in general. That's a generalization. And sometimes even your regular analytics analyst, marketing analyst, or sales analyst, especially if they're at a level 1 analytics maturity organization. When an analyst creates a workbook, a lot of times it gets emailed out. Sometimes analysts will create a Python job or a process in another analytics tool that will automate that emailing out of an Excel workbook, which if you're going to use Excel, that's a more efficient way to use it. But once those Excel workbooks are emailed out, usually the recipient has a limited ability to interact with the data, like they wouldn't be able to interact with it to the same extent they would with an interactive visualization tool like Power BI or Tableau. But there are some Excel features that the analyst could use to make this possible. There's pivot tables. There is the ability to create slicers in Excel. That's not done as often, but there are some options out there. Excel workbooks tend to mainly be used for data exploration and analysis. It's very quick to pull data into Excel and manipulate it, so it often gets used for that quick analysis, especially even at the higher analytics maturity level organizations. It's rarely used to create data science models, but there is the possibility to create regression models and statistical tests with either Excel add-ons or certain functions in Excel. Now, where Excel really excels is building spreadsheets where cells and inputs can be changed, and then the linked cells, results, or models will automatically update, especially something like a financial forecasting model or a budget model. It's hard to beat Excel for a financial model. Let's take a look at an example Excel workbook. This is a worksheet within a workbook, but you can see there's an example of a graph here, a table here, and all of this is very easy to set up, and we'll go into how to do that in our next training session. If you like this video, I hope you'll consider liking it formally. And if you'd like to see more analytics, data science, and leadership training videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. Finally, if you have any questions on what we discussed today, please leave a comment and I'll try to respond to it as soon as possible. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.